Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 7 of Going Medieval, which originally aired live on Twitch. The quick recap for last stream. Last stream, of course, was about 2 weeks ago, so it would help for us to recap a little bit. So here is the long and short of the recap. Let's see if I can do it well. We started off on a completely random seed, and I just so happened to grab a seed that works pretty well. We have got, if I can shift forward, a fish-shaped plateau thing, mesa, whatever you want to call it. And one of the first things we did was we dug a root cellar with much gusto. Some of the feedback I received for that is that like wooden stairs can be placed on debris, making it easier to dig down. I was committed to clay stairs because it's a clay root cellar, and that was my problem. Then after that, we made sort of like a pseudo bedroom here as well in the process, which then, of course, turned into a library. And if you want to see the room types here, you just go to the overlay, and you can turn on room detections. Yeah, let me unpause for a second. So now, as you can see, I have, multiple types of rooms, and we're working on a library tower. Let me turn that overlay off. So this is going to be a tower of knowledge. That's sort of where we left off. We did have a cold snap, which really deeply froze everybody, and we sort of fixed, I wouldn't say fixed, but we sort of managed the cold snap by interconnecting our buildings through underground tunnels like we were Frostpunk or something. It was weird. We do have our kitchen and our brewery and then the Great Hall above it. And then right in front, we've got some guard towers. These are Mark I guard towers. Obviously, I can work to improve them as the time progresses. Of course, just like always, I will be polling, well, not only polling, I will be asking you guys for input and then incorporating your input into this colony. But before I do that, I want to finish a little bit of this this knowledge tower. So the way this works here is on the second floor. As you can see here, it is covered in books. And then we are going to go up to a third floor. And I think I'm going to probably end at the third floor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to poll you all if you think it should go higher. Now, it's not necessarily going to be a guardhouse or anything like that. There's no intention to use it for shooting. But it is sort of just a tower beacon of our knowledge. Also, let me just go ahead and say, Daedora, Siona, thanks for the resubs, Glitch for the bits, T-Sang for gifting out 5 community subs. Thank you, T-Sang. Always a pleasure to have you pop in. And then Glitch again with bits and JD with bits. So, quite a lot of love in the stream right from the get-go. Awesome. Well, everybody, I hope you're enjoying Going Medieval. I might have to adjust the, let me know if you think I need to adjust. It doesn't sound very loud. It was funny because last stream, it was very quiet. And now I can barely hear anything. Because I think there was a bit of an update and they sort of changed things, like you do. So here's our tiny little crafting room, our spare room, I guess, at the moment. Really? It's categorized as a spare room? Why? I have tool shelves. They might have changed some of the requirements here. Let me take a quick look. So a workshop can have... I don't believe that I'm allowed to have maybe a smelter in there. And smelters are actually better put outside. So I'm going to break down this smelter, and I think that's causing this to not be a workshop. So we'll change that. Squeaky! welcome. Thank you for the bits, and absolute pleasure having you here. Here, I'll give you a little bit of, hey buddy, a little bit of free Yoda cam for all you early birds. I did receive some other feedback. So another piece of feedback was changing the fuel type of fires and the like. Changing the fuel type from, you know, everything just to sticks. So I'm going to do just that. So now this fireplace will only use sticks, and, you know, I'm going to obviously continue that trend everywhere else where there is fuels that are consumed. So, did we fix this room? We have. This room now, as you can see, is in a workshop. The smelter was screwing it up. So let's go ahead and rebuild the smelter outside so that that is not a problem. And I think there was one other thing that needs to be put outside. The kiln, the smelter, the smokehouse. I think the smokehouse might be running a efficiency penalty. I'll check that in a second to make sure that that is or is not the case. But I'm just going to drop my smelter right out in the front door. Maybe a limestone smelter rather than a bricks clay smelter. Looks cooler. Looks more medieval. Phoenix, thanks for the bits as well. So, let me kick off with a quick poll to you all about whether or not our library is going to ascend to new heights. Should, how many new... And to be clear, I'm not exactly sure what my Z max is, so I don't know how high I can go. But how many new levels of the library to build? 0. So this is going to be a little weird because I'm going to write them out. I'm going to go up to 5. So there's the poll. The reason I had to write it out is the way the polling works is if I had typed those numbers 0 through 5 and you typed a correlating number, it would go lower because this, you know, you can actually write a response of ONE or TWO if you want to vote that way too. It doesn't really matter. I just had to write it out. So I'm not sure how many more levels we have here, but it's a 3-story for now. And if it goes up any higher, that will be up to you. We have 31 packaged meals, which is a pretty decent amount of packaged meals. And one of the things that we wanted to do here is to store... let's start to store packaged meals up here. In the Great House, or the Great Hall. And then make sure that people start to eat it. So edit... meal. I'm going to actually edit it so they only eat packaged meals. And we'll rename it. And this might help to reduce the amount of spoiling that we have. One of the things I could do is to improve the cellar here so that in the summer it provides more cooling by digging deeper. But I only want to do that if that's something that is suggested and polled. I don't want to do that without direction. So mimicking the floors below me, I am going to... Which angle do I have my ladder stairs? Okay, just the way I put them. It looks as if I'm at least going up a few floors, or really as high as I can, it seems. Just about. I think what I'm going to do is put the stairs a little closer so that they don't interfere with the windows, because, you know, if we take a look at the lowest floor, the stairs are actually intersecting the windows a little bit. And I might nudge them so that they don't do that, but that means redoing a lot of the flooring and stuff. Just because it's weird to have a staircase right where the windows are. Because the ambient outside temperature you know, windows are all closed, so that's kind of a different issue. All right, so the game is also telling me that I need some additional limestone, just raw limestone for the smelting furnace. So the problem with that, of course, is I'm making too many limestone bricks, so I'll pause that. Yeah, it is our Tower of Learning. It's our Babel, I guess. I'm just quickly looking at the map. Now, there is an experimental branch. I can't say that there's much in it, but there's an experimental branch out that just increases the map size. So if you were interested in this game and you were like, oh, but if only it had a slightly larger map, well, you're in luck. You can install the experimental branch and play with a slightly larger map. And I think all that's really going to do, it doesn't functionally really change very much. So, you know, you'll have slightly longer load times, but that's probably about it. That's probably about it. So here, as you can see, there's my archers trying to hunt the hare for the raw meat. Another thing I need to make sure that I'm doing is crafting. Okay, so let's forget the regular meals and only craft the packaged survival meals, or packaged meals. I'm gonna call them the wrong thing, probably a lot. Just so that we don't have anything that spoils. And my hunters are just about done hunting everything. I think there's... Last I checked, there was like one deer stuck in here. Let me turn off the treetops. But actually, I don't even see that deer anymore. The deer that was like trapped might have despawned. I'm not really sure how the animal spawn rate works yet. Oh no, here is the trapped deer that has nowhere to go. I guess we can hunt it if we are in a pinch for food. So here we are back to getting limestone for the smelter, moving the smelter outside. The smoker, same deal here. I'm actually going to pause smoking because I think we're just going to go straight to packaged meals. But the smoker here has a production penalty as it is inside. So it would have been best to put it outside. At least it doesn't have Valheim problems where it fills your base with smoke and you like cough and die. Something that was funny about Valheim, but a little unfortunate. Poor deer. Yeah, it's not a good situation that it finds itself in. So here we go. Here is the floor 3, and it looks like 4 more floors. So this will be one of them. So 3 floors up from here will be our goal. Now the other issue with this is it does cost a lot of wood. So that's something I'm going to have to be continually replenishing to make sure that we don't run out. It also is late in the winter, but it's the second to last day of winter. So Marauder here is getting planting, putting the cabbages in the ground. Good old cabbages. Howdy, words. Welcome. And welcome to everybody else that's just popping in. Oh, you thought we were voting for total tower height? Let's do that. Total tower height. That might make a bit more sense. So I'm not sure, like I said, what the maximum is, but because that last poll was confusing, we'll just have a revote. So currently it is at 3 floors. And if you keep it at 3 floors, I will remove these staircases and cap it, throw a roof on, and I'll probably throw a roof with merlins so that we can stand up there if we want to as a lookout. Just because it's a tower of knowledge doesn't mean it can't be a tower of military, right? It'll be our little Sun Tzu Art of War tower. And obviously, no matter how high it goes, it's going to tower over everything else here. Wow, it is a 3-way tie. Okay, well, you guys can... An observatory, that's a astute observation there, Em. That's what it's going to be. And then we're going to send... Gray up there to observe the stars and then, you know, house arrest her like Galileo was for just saying what she saw. I still feel like the volume level is a little low, but if you disagree, let me know if you think I should turn it up or down. Either or. All right, Mr. Marauder, you are just botany all the way, and I'm going to leave you alone. McHump, you should be mining, and it looks like you are. That's good. Let me queue up a little bit more mining tasks for him so he doesn't run out. And then Aries is as soon as he's done praying, we'll be putting on construction. And then what I'm going to be doing, once I complete the tower to your specific height that you request, I'm going to open up the channel point redemption for voting on whatever other next projects that you want me to work on. So that will be up to you. Yeah, let me... Everything got weird and changed here. All of the volume settings that I had made last stream make no sense anymore, so I have to fix it. So it looks like building up to 6 floors, so 3 more floors, is going to be the case. Okay. So, build library tower to 6 floors. So there we go. Up top middle. We got the new project, and I will hide that. So up, and away we go. Gray here is researching in a very interesting way. She's researching with her bow, like you do. She, of course, is now maximum intellect. We capped out at 50. That is the max there, which is pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Here's something for you to vote on. Whether it was the third coming seeking a poor sinner to make an example of, or some other zealots, was unclear. Mehenilda raved about religion, torture, escape, but the details were confused. Would I give them refuge? So if you take a look here, she is precious, and I forget the name of the other perk, but basically that way, I guess. Her mood changes quickly, but she likes to be comfortable. She's an ambitious tanner. She has pretty decent tailoring skills, a passion for culinary, and a passion for mining. And should we admit... God, what is her name? Mehenilda. All right, flash poll. Only when we have this up for 60 seconds because it kind of interrupts the game. And then just a little reminder, if we do admit her, who she is assigned to will be up to Nightbot and the raffle. So if we admit her, we will have about 7 enemies coming in to try to capture her. So it is not... She's not free. But I think given our defensive advantages, even though our entry gate is rudimentary and could be significantly improved, it should be pretty easy to protect her. We will outnumber the enemies, and, well, we have pretty good defenses. Okay, the answer is yes. Yodaville's inhabitants decided to help her. Okay, here she is. She is currently wearing flimsy shackles, which she is going to want to take off immediately. I'm going to wait until she's closer to home so that I can smelt said shackles. She's pretty small. Yeah. Well, no. That's like tall but light. I guess she's very lanky or something. And we are going to have to set her up with jobs. So tend... Convalence, I think, is bugged currently, but I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't count on the fact that it is bugged. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make her sort of in charge of cooking. Yeah, she's going to be in charge of cooking. Okay, so she is going to go get her wounds tended to. And then another thing that we're going to need to do is set her up with a bedroom. As we currently don't have appropriate accommodations for another settler. So here's another question that I'm going to pull. Let me close this last poll. Should the next set of bedrooms be in the tunnel? So essentially the question is, see how this stairwell goes down to dig towards the root cellar? I could put bedrooms... I actually could put bedrooms right below this set of bedrooms, or bedrooms just off of this tunnel, you know, as if we are hobbits or dwarves or something. The alternative, of course, is surface bedrooms like we have here. They're just a little bit harder to heat because, of course, they are not as insulated from the earth. And then Mahindo, you know, Tinnel, whatever your name is. Ilda. Your name is Ilda for now. I'll be raffling her off soon enough. But taking a look, she has virtually no marksman skill and even less melee. So I think the obvious answer is that she will wield a... She will wield a short bow of sorts. So we're going to want a short bow that is perhaps sturdy. Oh, there. We already have one. Perfect. You equip the bow. All right. And it looks like you all say, yes, let's add bedrooms in that tunnel. That was, again, another flash poll. So I think what I'm going to do is actually make it in the tunnel here. So because it's a little bit difficult to determine the Z levels, I'm not going to have it overlap with the previous bedroom there. I don't think. I think I'm going to dig out a new novel area and then support it from the ground. Because I think if we have multiple layers of bedrooms like this, it's going to be really, really challenging to know what level we're interacting with. That would, I would say, be one of my main critiques of this game. It's actually pretty challenging to understand exactly what you're interacting with the Z levels. A little bit more challenging than it would be in like Stonehearth or some of the other games that have Z levels. So that is I think a pretty fair critique. Whoa, you must be like injured to your legs or something. No, just whip back, but you are not moving very fast. Oddly, she's not in a lot of pain. So in about a day and change, I'm going to need to remove some of the ladders here, like this clay stair, so that it's not easy for the enemies to climb up and backdoor me. She's also going to need clothing. Yeah, that's a fair point. So we have a bunch of flimsy leather, sturdy leather armor. I think all of the flimsy clothing that we have right now is like, yeah, it's all flimsy. So, is she the best tailor? No, McHump is. Well, no. She's a better tailor than McHump, but McHump has a passion for it. So, let's, I would say, continue to make clothing. I think what I need to do is I need to dismantle. I just need to dismantle flimsy clothing forever, because we have a lot of flimsy clothing and I don't have any more fabric left. In 2 minutes, I'll do the raffle for Ilda, or whatever her name is. So if you want Ilda as a character of your own, just type something in the chat. And if you're a subscriber, you're already, you know, and you've typed something, you'll be eligible. Gut cut. Chuck. Well, I'm glad that you're excited about this. In fact, there is a proposal that will be popping up in the weekly polls of whether or not I start a Europa series. Okay, Gray, you look like you're sleeping very comfortably. Yep. I don't even know what to say. Alright, I'll have you all polled whether I should layer my bedrooms or not. Whether I deal with that or not. So the yes would be another layer just like this one, just one level down. And no would be building it off of this tunnel. Just for an FYI. For a second, I thought she was sleeping on the table, but she's not. It's actually probably pretty. Yeah, it's 70 degrees in that Great Hall, so she's not cold, at least. Kilgore, thanks for the resub as well. And Bagos, thanks for the resub. Like 12 minutes ago, I totally missed it. I don't think it made noise, and if it did, I'm just slow. Alright, so she has been healed up a bit. I think she's jumping in someone else's bed. Yeah, she's jumping in Gray's bed. Not that people have assigned beds or anything like that. So that she can rest off her whipped back. The roof of the library for floor 3 is just about done, and I'll be putting it up from there. It also looks like all of my cabbages died, like, as soon as we planted them, so that was kind of a waste of human effort, I suppose. Oh well. Here, McHump is scrapping the flimsy gear, and I'm pretty okay with, like, anything that is flimsy, just get rid of it. We'll try to make better. So all flimsy everything we will just toss away. So here's floor 4. Let's see, I'm gonna try to figure out how many floors up can I go. Well, I guess we'll figure it out while I build. There's a lot of sticks. So did I install, let's see. Do I have a, yeah, I have a stockpile of sticks for the production queue. The other thing is with her recovering, and now it's going to be the giveaway. Oh, perfect. You resubbed, and now you have a character. If you want to rename her, let me know. Just at me. Bagos Moles will be her name. And then you all say, don't layer the bedrooms. I'm down for that. I was a little worried about just being confused by, you know, if I had done that. Taking a look at our beautiful tower here. Winter is approaching. No, it isn't. What on earth are you talking about? Oh, no, this is... Alright, it's not winter is approaching. Basically, it's telling me that I don't have winter clothing for Bago. So today is, I believe, the last day of winter. Ratchetchev, thanks for the resub as well. Welcome. Happy 14 streak. So she is healing up. She still doesn't have clothing, but I think McHump is attempting to make some. Nope. Still dismantling flimsy stuff. Hopefully you'll be done soon. Rassip leveling up in construction. We've got 17 hours until the enemies show up. So I'll be sure to pull up the ladders by then. My wood amount actually looks really good. So let's keep going up, up, up. Now, McHump, I think what I'm going to do... Shouldn't you be tailoring? So let's go until I have 2 spare pieces of clothing for winter clothes. But it's telling me I don't have enough resources. And the kicker there is I don't think that there's... You know, I'm not going to be able to plant flax right now and yield it. So... Oh, here's some deer, though. This is the trap deer. But this deer, at least I can hunt. That might be the only huntable out here. Bagos is now cooking. The indicator of that, of course, is that culinary has gone up. It's good, because I was kind of running low on food. These trees are still growing. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that no one's hunting when the raiders come. But generally, raiders, like, prepare a while, so it's not an instant fail if the worst is to happen. Settlers are something about cold there. Probably Bagos being cold. Nothing I can do about that right now as long as I don't have the materials. So here we go. We got our walls in. Let's put the block windows in. Fight the tower. Up and away we go. Settlers are suffering from cold. Yeah, okay. I'm trying. There just isn't good warm, sturdy leather. McComp, are you? No, I don't know if you're actually trying to help. Alright. Marauder is now taken down the stairs. They're gone, and he fell asleep on the ground. As you do when you don't have enough bedrooms. I do realize, yeah, I'm down to bedroom. We're trying to mine it out, though. We're trying to build it now. So, in due time. Some rooms don't have floors. Okay, you need... I'm just trying to catch up on comments here. Oh, it is spring. The temperatures are going to be more moderate. Awesome. I'm not really sure about the full extent of how to keep things cool. I do know that digging down is ideal. And then also, interestingly enough, I think it's best if you don't insulate if you're going underground. Just let the cold earth keep your stuff cool. That's at least what I've been told through YouTube comments. Can I alternate their schedules to make sure they're not sleeping on the ground? We'll have a bedroom here in a day or two. Alternating their schedules would be ideal, but given that as soon as I stop building this tower, my miners should mine. Let's see, who's mining? Rob will mine as soon as... Well, let's have Rob mine over construct, and Aries mine over construct, and McHump will... mine over construct. So we'll have the mining done real soon. The enemies are going to be here imminently. Everyone is currently home. I think Spraxis is moving bones outside, but that's not going to be much of a worry there. All right. As far as the whipped back, it's no longer serious. It's just moderate. So it has been healing. And then if you take a look down here, okay, here we go. Violent extortionist, salvation. The zealots demanded that you relinquish Bagos moles immediately to be burned at the stake or possibly flayed alive. That doesn't sound fun. For their manifold sins, we're going to defend. So we're going to be defiant here. And take up arms. Here they are. We're going to turn your... Well, some of you are naked. But we're going to turn your clothing into our own clothing. So the kicker here is let's lock this door. I do have stewardship, which is like locking doors as a high priority. And I'm gonna send Gray, because Gray's closest, to lock that door. Now these guys aren't attacking immediately, so I don't need to necessarily run to the front entrance. But if I lock the door there, no one's getting out, right? Because there's no other path. The only other path I've ripped out. So let's take a look at the bedroom tunnels. As I dig this out, one thing I'm going to need to do is to replace the walls that I'm excavating with walls of my own. Here we go. Started the attack. Draft and send. So Bago, I'm going to have you take a front and center position, not because you're a good shooter, but because you should have the option to avenge the whipping that you received. So they're coming in from, I'm just going to call it the northeast. And then if they somehow make it through this door, which I don't think they will, Rob, Ares, and Spraxis will be waiting. I also just want to reiterate, this is version 1.0 of this. You're on top of one another. Version 1.0 of this protection tower. It will change and become improved as time goes on. As a rule of thumb, I tend not to over-engineer things on first iteration. Build it quick and effective, and then improve it with time. These guys are getting tore up. They don't even know what to do. They're not even attacking my door right now. They're just dying. Yeah, I don't know what your game plan was with, no bows, but Victory and Marauder dealt the most. We weren't even hurt. So here we go. I am going to open this door. Draft, and go catch him. I don't take kindly to being attacked, especially not by people that flay others alive. Oh, nope, never mind. They did not survive long enough for me to even have fun with their bodies. So let's go ahead and allow all of their garbage. We already have automated. One of the things I actually need to do is smelting. Smelt items for metal needs to be a forever. We'll have it be flimsy quality of any hit points for starts. And let's, yeah. Yeah, I don't care what it is, we'll smelt it. Victory is ours. Yeah, that wasn't that hard. They didn't have bows, so it was kind of one-sided. Let's go ahead and put the clay stairs back so that we can travel around the map a little bit easier and finish off this library project while Marauder and McHump are planting for the spring. Zoranth, thanks for the resub. Welcome. Cheers, man. Bringing axes to a bow fight. Nah, not a very good idea. This door barely even got damaged. 46 points out of 500. Alright, we're cooking their bones and turning their bodies into ash for building materials. Because that's dark. Let me make sure that my miners are not... No, they're doing a great job. I was just a little bit worried that they're outpacing and it's going to drop things on me. Another thing, looks like I'm in a mood for food. So, Bagos, you are cooking right now? Yeah, Bagos is cooking. Oh yeah, there's meals here. I think what I'll do, I might try to make easier meals instead. Just because we are, you know, sort of behind. The packaged meals are good to have. It's hard to tell how many ingredients go into each one. Like, I honestly can't even tell. So let's do until we have 15 meals. And let's change our meal to just meals. So roasted meat, smoked meat, and is that the regular meal? Smoked meat, stew would be the regular meal. Okay. All right, please cook for us because we are hungry. That's a lot of stuff that we're going to want to process too. It's also possible, let me take a quick look at it, that some of it actually might be good for Bago. But at this point, we probably want summer clothing anyway, not winter clothing, because, well, we're headed towards summer. So maybe it doesn't even really matter. But it looks like Spraxis is already melting it down, melting the maces and the like down. So that would be good. Alright, changing the jobs around. We need someone constructing over digging. So... Rob. You will construct over dig. After you're done eating. Another research. Yeah, that brings me to another point. So, taking a look at our research here. We need the regular chronicles. A few more regular chronicles to unlock stuff. So let's set that up. Do until we have 35. Well, let's take a quick look. This requires 30, 30, 30, 30, 25, 30, 30. So let's do until we have 30. That seems to be the determining factor. And then textbooks do until we have, and let's take a look. This requires 15, 15, 15, 10, 20. So let's do until we have 20. Which is obviously a lot more than we currently have. Or a lot less, rather. We crank them in. Okay, so now we are evenly producing the research roughly that we need. And we'll reassess that in the future when we're trying to unlock level 3 research. Because level 3 research requires 30, but, well... Maybe that will be the next thing I actually unlock. So Rob is building the tower here instead of building the bedrooms. I'm not going to add anything more to the tower until the bedrooms are done, because the bedrooms they're queued at this point. And then they're really cramped little bedrooms. I gotta say they're pretty flimsy and crummy, but like they get the job done. So they're what, 4 deep? So we'll need to dig this out as well. And let's put a little bed here. Right, that's basically the dimensions of my little mini rooms. They're not nice. They're not nice at all, but they get the job done. Yeah, the tower is looking pretty cool. I gotta say, it's not a very practical thing to build. But it is pretty awesome looking. We have plenty of limestone. So let's continue to cut bricks because we're getting lower on bricks. Actually, I don't even see. We have 303 bricks. Yeah, we're getting lower on bricks. Take care, if you dig more than 4x4, your crown will collapse. Yes. In fact, let's leave that there. And with that in mind, Rob, wherever you are, this must be Rob. No, that's Rasip. Where is Rob? Here's Rob. Rob, could you, I want you building this wall right now. Just to hold things up. Because I've had some collapses and they're really annoying. Especially given that above us is farmland. It'd be really bad to have it collapse. There we go. Yeah, if you picture stability like a pyramid, the lower you go, the wider that you can go for it to be okay. Because it's like an inverse, you know, it's like a stability inverse pyramid of sorts. Sort of how I picture this stability. It's not perfectly true, but it's close. Okay, there we go. So now that the tower is done, I'm not going to touch the tower for now because I'm just going to try to get 2 more bedrooms. I'm going to build a spare bedroom for a future settler. And Rob is going to throw this together quickly, I bet. But Bagos. I can't help but to notice, Mr. Bagos. I don't... Oh, no, I have 15 meals. Where are they? Let's put the meals here. So roasted meat, stew, or smoked meat can go up there with the beer or rough wine. Okay, and Bagos is whipped back. Is a minor injury now, so that's recovering. It's real good. And then here's where the other bedrooms are going to go. Okay, Rasip and... Oh, failed. Well, Rasip and Rob should be getting the this new bedroom built quickly. And then there's also some other things I'm going to want to do, like adding flooring for increasing traversal speed, adding the braziers for heat, just stuff like that. You know, the sort of nice-to-haves that you expect with creature comforts. There's still tons of unprocessed iron and clothing out there, but research is available. I think what I'm going to do is save up for Research 3. And then after I get Research 3, I can pull you all about specifically what research to get. But I just want to get 3 done and out of the way. But there we go. We have the bedroom. Or bed, at least. So the bed is done. And there we go. It is officially a bedroom, as you just saw it pop up. Sweet. Okay, let's take a look at what we're sowing. We're sowing flax, beets, carrots, herbs, cabbage, barley, red currant, and a bunch of trees that are coming in now. As soon as they're done, you know, I can leave it up to Chena Point redemption fulfillment of if I add anything else to that list. And then everybody else here has, what are these? The stone brick braziers. So let's copy and paste them in. 1 and 2. And then we'll have a spare bed down here. Nice. Yeah, it's basically RimWorld in 3D. Yeah, it's a pretty safe way of looking at it. So here we go. Research 3 is now done. Let's finish off the tower here. But we do have the advanced research table, which I'll put down somewhere at some point. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the upper layers of the tower, except for the roof, with books, and then have the research things be on lower levels. So it will require considerable rework at some point. But that point is not now. So you voted on a 6-floor tower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this next level will be the top floor, and then there'll be a roof access as well. For lookout purposes, I guess. I like how mushrooms are springing up basically where the dead people were. It's composting in a very dark and terrible way. How high can you build? I'm not 100% certain, but let's see. 1. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell what Z level I'm on. So no, this is 16. So like 16 up. If you see up here, you have one layer up. So right now, this floor is layer 11. So I could hypothetically go up 5 more floors from here, I guess. I'm only going to go up one of those 5. But yeah, there's 16 up, 16 levels up, and then going down, it goes to 1. So there's like 15 Z levels for you to access, in other words. I'm hoping that they start disposing of these bodies soon. What kind of work is this? This is... I don't know. This is probably hauling, I'd assume. I could be wrong, but it's probably a default hauling. I think, would you all want one more floor to the library? So the thinking here is to have the top floor have windows. So add basically 2 more floors up from here, rather than to end it on a non-windowed floor, which might look a little weird, to have it go higher than that. Either or. You know, it's a little bit more effort, but might be worth it. Our current limestone brick looks great. Let's pause the limestone production queue, because we have too much of it. Looks like I have some winter clothing. So then the next thing I want to do is do until I have summer clothing. And make sure that the summer clothing... Oops, back to it. Make sure that the summer clothing, yeah, leather, wool, linen, I don't really care. One thing I might want to do is put some more flax in the ground so that I can make more clothes. So let's do that. Because I'm sure what essentially is likely to happen is that I just grind. Let's actually have this be one large continuous flax field of sorts. What I think is going to happen is that I have to just continually, like, grind out more flax clothing for skill points. And because we're just about done sowing all the trees right now, it doesn't hurt to throw in some more flax in here. And then even some additional variety of crop. You want to see a wall around the entire peninsula? Well, as soon as this tower is done, I'll open a channel port redemption for user submitted ideas that will, we can vote on for things like that. So it looks like the extra floor is vetoed. I'll just wrap this up then. Let's wrap it up on top speed. This clothing here is not faring well. I think the underground tunnel's probably done by now. Yes, it is. So the bed hasn't been built. Not yet. And that's actually, I don't have a lack of hay. It's just in the blueprint phase. And then we have a full tunnel over to the cellar. That's done. Is there more to hunt? I'm a little worried about sort of running out of viable animals to hunt, because I don't see them respawning at a sort of renewable rate, which means we're going to lean more heavily into farming, which is fine. I just need to then prep and plant ahead of time, because if it catches us off guard, we definitely will have like a mass starvation episode, which would not be good for anyone. So I see a wolf here, which is an indicator that animals are starting to come back. Yeah, there's some deer over here too. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll be all right. But once we're done planting the flax, I'll put some more plants in. Animal husbandry is a planned feature, but not one that exists yet. So this here will be the top floor, the top enclosed floor, and then it will lead to a roof. And I think what I'm going to do is the stairwell here goes up. This stairwell is going to be enclosed, unlike the other stairs, so that the library is a internal structure. So this will look a little weird, because essentially I'm cutting this top floor into two. In fact, maybe what I'll do is break from the... No, I won't break from the pattern. I'll just keep it as is. Yep. So it's not a very highly functional place, but that's what it will look like. And research is available. So let's have you all polled about next research. I can do Armor 2. Armor 2, if you're curious, unlocks mail helmets and mail armor. I can do Shields 2, which unlocks wooden shields. I could do Chemistry, which is the start for medicine. I could do Fermenting, which is a way to pickle crops to preserve them. If you let alcohol spoil for too long, it turns into vinegar and you can pickle for it. Furniture 2, which is for larger tables for the Grand Hall. Axes and maces. So axes unlock a 1- and 2-handed axe, and a mace is a 1- and 2-handed mace. So there's your options. I guess I skipped wooden weaponry. I'll add that to the next one, because there wouldn't be space anyway for it. So Bago, you are construct. No, you should be cooking. Looks like my farmers are now done, so let's add some additional fields. And I'm probably going to want crops food that yields quick, which would be cabbage. So I'm going to add some additional cabbage patch. It's not beautiful, but it'll have to do. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Add some more cabbage patches. I would love to get to a point where like I have pickled cabbage or something like that, or just a big root cellar full of cabbage, so that I can't go hungry. Thank you for watching Going Medieval, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has both my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. You can also go ahead and follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description, or twitch.tv/Rhadamant5186. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode, or perhaps in a stream sometime. Farewell.